Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be doing watermelon candy without watermelon, or even you don't even need flake really. We're going to be matching this jig head. So we're going to make a bait that goes along with the jig head that matches it, but also an alternative to watermelon candy and everything else, and the Ecto-Curl, and possibly the Core Shot stick worm, or worm mold, but it's just going to be a solid worm. Heating up plastic right now, going to get it all ready, heating up my mold also, and then I'll meet you back when that's all done. Okay, plastic's hot. It's around 360, 350 range. So we're gonna make the watermelon with this. You're probably thinking, that's not even brown. How in the world are you gonna get watermelon out of purple? Well, this is not purple. This is chameleon dye from Lureworks. Now, I had no idea what to think of it on my first time using this, but it was awesome. Okay, starting with 20 drops of that. Still looks purple. There's the color. Now you can see how it's really watermelon, but when you pick it up, it's purple. So, if you want, since this is like a watermelon candy jig head, you can take your normal old Kelly Green flake, put some of that in. So, I'll just do that for demonstration purposes. Alright, now you have your cream. Flake in. This needs reheated. I mean, you could also add purple to it and make it like real watermelon candy. But since it has the purple, when it's in the light, it's purple, I'm not going to add purple to mine. Alright, so in this jig head, it has the watermelon candy colors with watermelon. Obviously, it also has some purple in it. But this is a little trick. If you don't want to add any flake to your chameleon dye, do this. Gonna take avocado 115. Oh my gosh. Okay, that went everywhere. Okay, when I opened up that thing, it went absolutely everywhere, and I can't get it off my hand, but whatever. Now I'm pretty sure my plastic... No, it's still warm. Okay, we're going to start with 20 drops. Alright, that looks a lot like Kelly Green Flake. So now, what I'm gonna do is take my grape flake, this green makes that, or makes some of that purple flake look orange. Alright. There you have it. One other thing you could do to this chameleon dye is you could add, like, this green highlight to it. Or even purple highlight if you wanted to. I'm gonna put that in the vacuum pot, heat it back up, and then inject it. Okay, plastic has all bubbles removed and is warmed up and ready to be shot or injected. That felt like a good injection. Now, when I first started, all the people I watched said that felt like a good injection, and I was like, how in the world do you tell what a good injection feels like? It just takes time. Because when I started, I was like, okay, is that good or bad? I mean, the first probably 10 times I shot a mold, I was nervous when I opened it instead of excited. For a starting mold, I would recommend like the Angling AI core shot stickworm mold, because once you get good at the stickworm part, then you can start doing core shot and you have a lot more creative stuff. Or like the core shot Ned mold or Phantom grub mold. I know I'm missing one, but it would probably also be a good one to start with. Or Bloodline swim bait from Angling AI. Because that one you can get, now you can get the Bloodline and the soft plastic eye mold for eventually. There's a lot of good starting ones. Salmon eggs I messed up a lot because I didn't have a vacuum pot when I started, and I also did it way too fast. Just do it slow. If the end ones don't, or the first ones don't fill properly, but the last ones do, that's better than none of them filling right. So, let me crack this mold open real quick. Oh yeah. That is going with me on bass fishing. There's watermelon candy without watermelon. got the dark watermelon colored belly, purple claws. Well, actually, the whole body turns purple in light. And then green flake. There it is in dark. I'm going to take my hand out. You can see it all turn purplish. So there's those two. Now it's time for that other trick that I was going to show you. Okay, trick plastic is ready. Look at the green flake. That's the same green flake, the Kelly green that we used earlier. Now, look at this plastic. A lot like the green flake. And that is only purple flake in there. I don't know why sometimes it looks orangish, but that is pure grape flake. I have noticed with this Ectocrawl, you rarely have to top off the mold. Okay, let me take this off. Give that mold a second to cool down, then we'll be ready. I'm going to start reheating the chameleon dye, and you'll see why here in just a second. Okay, ready to demold. Ow. That is a good bait on its own, right there. But this is all about the colors and everything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the whiskers, the claws, and the feet off. Let me grab my scissors and I'll show you how I get them off and make them bond really good. And put them back in the mold, because that is a job all in itself. I mean, that right there, that would be bass catching all day. That's like a sexy frog green with purple flake. I mean, that's awesome. And one thing with these feet, if you push enough pressure, you get these little like flashing pieces. Just pull them and they'll pop right off. That'll make it easier when putting it back in the mold. And I just pulled the entire foot off. Never done that before. So don't accidentally grab the foot when you do that. Okay, putting them in. Claws are the easy ones. Just take the claws, go like that. The little whiskers, sometimes they're easy to get in. Normally I use tweezers for them. Like that one. Worm oil also helps get them in. Just makes them lubricated and slide right in. But I didn't feel like getting my hands coated in worm oil for this, so I just chose the harder way. But when I cut them, I take my scissors, especially along the claws. You can just pinch them right there and there and pull, but it doesn't bond well that way. So I take my scissors in between, once it gets in focus, in between the claw and the body, and just go up and down kind of, and cutting into the body and not into the body, and it just gives it a more rough edge. Like right there is not a smooth edge, or there, or over here. I do the same thing with the whiskers, because you can definitely see those aren't smooth edges. But that's just how I cut them. Now the feet, I just pull off, because the feet, they come off no matter what you do, especially when you're fishing. And if you use the same bait over and over again, you get those little panfish or bluegill that bite at them, and you pull them out of the water and they're missing everything but the body, really. So you just pull those at the base. And then I'll just take tweezers and push them in. No matter what, I always need tweezers for those ones, because my fingers bump them and move them and everything. It just makes it 10 times easier to have tweezers. I'm going to do this off camera, that way I can get it done fast. Okay. The chameleon reheated, ready to inject and bond to the feet and the claws and the whiskers in there. And you could just do the feet, or just do the claws, or the whiskers, or 2 of them, or only do some of the feet, whatever. Get as creative as you want. And when I bond anything, I want it to be anywhere between 380 and about 410. This got very hot. This is like 415. But just make sure it's gonna bond. You don't want any excuse for those dumb panfish to come up and start ripping legs off and everything, because it kind of gets annoying. Because you think you have a fish, and then when you pull it, you realize it was a panfish, and then you pull it out of the water, and there's like a big chunk missing of it. It wasn't even a bass. Or whatever you're fishing for, pike, whatever. Or if you're fishing for panfish, it's great. I'm gonna get some molds for panfish. My panfish molds are most likely gonna, my first one's most likely gonna come from Fat Guys Fishing. They have great stuff. They have awesome ice fishing stuff and awesome panfish. They have some bass fishing stuff. From what I use, their bass fishing molds don't really suit me that much. But maybe somebody else. Okay. That's cooled down enough. Come on. There we go. Yes. There we have it. There is watermelon candy, but not watermelon. Now this one, I did have one leg that feels like an air pocket. That could be bad. Oh, they all feel like that. Okay. It's just because they're still warm. But one leg, oh, sorry, it's not focused. I broke one leg off, so I just didn't put it in. And there's what it would look like if you just did a few legs. But comment down below which ones were your favorite. Let me know if you want to see fly tying or crankbaits or more of these, certain molds, color matching, whatever. I'm going to be getting a dual injector soon, so I'll be able to do more color matching. But that was it for today. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Or even if anything, just encouragement, ideas, anything. Catch you on the next one.